Good evening. This is my article critique. So my article that I'll be critiquing is titled Use of an Augmented Reality Sand Table for Satellite Remote Sensing Education. The purpose of this study was to validate the use of augmented reality, augmented reality sand table in a group academic setting. It was to assess the impact that this augmented reality sand table had on student retention of foundational and practical remote sensing concepts. The study took place at West Point Academy. It included about 400 cadets in undergrad EV 203 course. It's a geographic course that all undergrads take during their first or second semester. The 400 participants were split into three groups. So Group A was about 166 participants, and they received an augmented reality sand table based lesson where the instructor interacted with the sand table. Group B was about 150 participants where they received the same lesson, but the students actually got to interact with the sand table. And the control group was about 82 participants, and they received a traditional slide deck, and no augmented reality sand table was involved in their lesson. So all of the cadets were assessed based on their answers given in their midterm and their final. So the midterm was about 4 weeks into the semester, and the final exam was about 15 weeks. And this is to assess the retention. So for exam 1, which was the midterm, the first question was related to the difference between active and passive remote sensing, and the same question was assessed in the final exam as question 2. And then the foundational remote sense knowledge was assessed in the midterm question 2 and final exam question 1. So the results displayed in this study of the 4 assessment questions, exam 1, so the midterm question 2, which was the foundational, which is it's like definition or configuration of general censorship. So midterm question 2 was the only one to demonstrate a statistically significant difference amongst all 3 conditions. This represents, like I said, the foundational knowledge and is considered the most important student learning objective within this course. Group A, which was the group that had the instructor interact with the augmented reality sand table, when compared to the conditional group, which was just traditional learning, no augmented reality, they did significantly better. However, there was no big difference between Group A and Group B, which was surprising to me because I would have thought that the students interacting with the augmented reality table would have been a bigger significance. However, it came to light that the students who actually interacted with the sand table only were limited to about 2 minutes, because when working with an augmented reality sand table, the physical interaction has to be to a minimum, because interacting with the sand distorts the figures on the table. And then also you can only interact with the sand table towards the end of the lesson. So you don't really get to optimize your use with the augmented reality table. It's great for visual learners, but for like a hands-on type of lesson, it's not the most efficient way to use the table. I mean, that's the only way to use the table, but it's just not, you're not able to optimize your time. So that was kind of one of the limitations, but also one of the causes to some of the results in the study. I do think that this methodology was appropriate for the research. However, I think that future research, there should be a lot more time spent to how to advance and enhance the augmented reality sand tables, especially in the military, because it is so greatly used and it's very effective for the military. It's a great way to display missions and operations and just have visual things for other participants. I do think this is something that should be enhanced, and more research should be put towards it.